Ever since the summer solstice, the Earth and the Sun have been gradually moving further and further apart. And when their subtle bodies completely disentangle, we enter into autumn. This separation of Earth and Sun doesn't just affect the outer environment, but it also affects what is happening inside the human being. And we can experience what is going on more consciously when we do Rudolf Steiner's gesture of aversion, which is where you step your right foot forward and your left foot back. You bend your elbows with your palms out, kind of like a no, I don't, you're faced with something that you don't want to be with, and you lean back. And what you'll notice when you do this gesture of aversion is that the energy that is held at your center of gravity in the center of your pelvic bowl moves up your spine into your head. And that's why during fall, as Sun and Earth separate, as a microcosm of that relationship, we experience a greater awakening in the head. And that means our thinking activity increases, we become more self-conscious, and also our sense perception increases, so we feel a stronger connection with the physical world. So this activity of the energy and consciousness, because those are two sides of the same coin, rising up into the head during autumn, is why Rudolf Steiner associates Scorpio with thinking, but it's directed towards the physical world. And another interesting thing to point out is that this energy moving up from the base of your spine to the head is very similar to like Kundalini energy moving up the spine. And there's a sexual component to that, or a lower level instinctual motivation that comes up into your head. And during this time of year, we get a chance to really shine a light on our deepest desires that are associated with physical incarnation. If we're doing it right, we can decide how we want to engage with those things, and we can even call upon higher influences to help us work with those lower level energies through a process that Steiner articulated called imagination, inspiration, and intuition, or spiritual vision, spiritual hearing, where you evoke an imagination of, let's say, Archangel Michael, and then you allow that, the feeling that is present when you hold that being in your mind, you let that come into you, like you listen to it, and then you let that act itself out through your limbs. So the takeaway that I hope that you get from this is not to shy away from thinking, not to go unconscious, but to keep shining the light on what's happening inside of you. We're going back to that mantra that I mentioned in a previous video: patience becomes understanding. As we move into Sagittarius season, we experience, if we did Scorpio the right way, we experience the resolve to act. So there's something that puts itself in our willpower that helps us to do what we need to do as we start to transition into the wintertime.